timeline documentary series where we're looking at the impact of art in the home by having conversations with artists and their supporters. Today, we're welcomed into the home of Attiya Khan, a stained glass artist, and we're joined by her friend, Christine. These two have worked together on a film, so I'm really excited to get into conversation with them. Let's get into it. Nice to meet you.
I've been in the house, we've been here like 13 or 14 years.
Okay.
And I've started making stained glass like not even a year and a half ago.
Oh.
I dove deep
Oh,
quickly
wow,
into
okay.
it. And I was during the pandemic,
Yeah.
I was pretty down, like many people. And I wanted to get out of the field that I was working in, which is domestic violence prevention. And I wanted to, Christine, you know all about this, but I wanted to do something like with my hands and just try it out, because I've never ever seen myself as creative with my hands. And I actually started out with neon. I went and did a neon light workshop in San Francisco for 2 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That was during the pandemic when everything opened up again. I went for 2 weeks and I had a teacher and I got a one-on-one practice and I loved it.
Yeah.
Loved it. But it's a huge process and it's a trade, right? It takes 5 years to learn. And so when I came back here, I just realized there was just no way for me to learn in the way that I needed, and there was no accessible space. I couldn't find a teacher, all of that stuff. So I was sitting on this couch, and I was really down, and I was just how do I get that feeling again, right? What can I do? And I just looked up, and I always look at this piece, but I kind of was I love it. It's so pretty. And what is it? What is stained glass? How is it put together? Do you paint the glass? I had no idea.
Yeah.
And I immediately went and got my computer,
looked
it up, realized although it may look simple, this piece would take a long time to make, but it's a process and there's many stages. And that interested me. And so that afternoon, I called a place in Toronto.
Wow.
And said I would love to do a workshop. And so it was the following week. I was there. I made a small little square piece that's upstairs.
Oh, I
want to show you.
I want to see that.
And I remember talking to you right after, and I was like,
yeah,
I think I'm there's something about stained glass. And I think you were the first person actually, and you were like, ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, let's go around the rest of the house, check out some other pieces.
Yeah, of course.
So there's a lot of photography here. A little bit of a shift happening in this part of the house. Who took these? What's the story?
Okay, so I love photography. I took these before I started making stained glass. For a few years before that, I just loved taking photos of flowers.
Yeah.
I know, which might seem really boring. But just for the
joy.
record, this one has been named by Christine as the sexy cactus. So, so
it's the perfect cactus.
It's so
Immaculate
beautiful.
cactus.
It is a very sexy, sexy cactus.
Yeah, I love photography, and so this and this person here, her name is Jennifer. I call her Jenny. She's a photographer, and I have lots of her pieces in the house. She's a very close friend, and I've known her since my early 20s, and we've lived together, and she, all her work, you can see it at Jennifer Revsom, which is ROWSOM.com, and she now does lots of event type stuff, and she actually just shot
She did
my headshots.
My portrait. She did my headshots for work. Yeah.
And we'll put the B-roll in of that.
Yeah. Bing, bing. No, she's very talented.
She's incredible.
And she's one of those photographers who's super relaxed and chill and just makes people feel really at home. And really, really natural. She can be in a room full of people and you wouldn't even know it, just with doing her work and the way that she works in a room. Yeah, she's really great.
She's amazing.
Yeah.
But what people don't generally do with photographers is take photos of them, right?
Very true.
And I love taking photos of her. So this is Jenny, and that's Jenny there too. And I'll just show you. So this is one of her photos. This is my son when he was 4-ish. And this is taken in the last house that we lived in. And she was like, hey, Elliot, do an E with the sparkler. So there's actually an E. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. Okay.
It's so dreamy. She does really dreamy stuff. She also did this piece, which that's my sweetheart, Alex. And this.
Oh, it took me a second to like process what I was looking at, but now I see it. And wow.
Is that your wedding?
Okay, no, but it is our 10 year. It was like one of our anniversaries for our wedding.
Wow.
And we had it in Prince Edward County.
Yeah.
And the deal here is that this dress that I'm wearing, I couldn't wear when I got married because I was like 7 months pregnant.
Right.
So I had bought this like after we became engaged, like right away.
Yeah.
And then became pregnant. There's just like no way of wearing it.
Yeah.
It wasn't gonna happen. So we had a reunion. I wore it there, and then Jenny was there, and it was just beautiful. And I don't even know how she did all this.
It looks like an iris.
It does.
Of an eye and a supernova, like all at once.
It's a lot of light moving around in
It's
there. Yeah.
fun.
And the colors, wow.
Yeah. So that's Jenny, and I have one more piece I'd love to show you first.
Yeah, let's check it out.
Okay, which is this.
Wow.
Yeah.
Colors.
Wow.
Again.
So much color.
We're just so
She is even like as a human. I mean, come on.
Oh yeah.
Oh, actually, this is Jenny there. That's actually a picture of her done from another friend.
Oh.
Yeah. So, and this was taken in Palm Springs, and I was with Jenny and my friend Kia, and we had gone there on a trip after my father had passed away. And we were there, I think, for a week. And we were at this beautiful hotel called the Saguaro that is also, like, it's just brightly painted. It's beautiful. And we're on the balcony, and she took this picture, and I didn't know she had. And then she had a show. And this was one of the pieces. And when I went to the show, I was going to purchase one. And she was like, no, like, we went on this trip together. This is for you.
Oh,
yeah.
what a gift.
It's such a gift.
So
and
beautiful.
I didn't know that story. I feel like I've been looking at this piece for so long. I had no idea there was a story to it.
yeah, it's so, I love it.
It's beautiful.
It's like the colors like refracting around and it's so energetic.
I think so too.
It is, and I like the finish on it.
Yeah, I love how it's pointed and like it's so big. Wow.
Yeah, it's nice to have a big piece. I feel really lucky.
It fills up a space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
Do you want to come see the studio?
Yes.
Okay.
I would love to see the
Okay,
studio.
I'm going to show you
excited.
some of my like new work. So.
Cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's do it.
Excellent.
Let's check it out. Wow, it's a big window.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's see if this will work.
Okay.
Yeah, clean break.
Wow.
Right, that's nice.
Yes.
Doesn't always happen. And then, here, I'll do like a smaller piece. Okay. So with this, line it up.
Oh, look at that. That's so satisfying.
Isn't it? Oh, it's
That's so satisfying.
satisfying. Every time. It just makes my body shiver. I love it. So I'll do a smaller
You
piece.
cut so straight. How did you do
No,
that?
I know.
Do
like,
I? Oh, thanks.
You do. I'm like,
what?
you don't use a ruler or
So
like a
Well,
edge. Okay.
this is like for little, like if I were to chip at this, I would use
Yeah.
these, like just to get in there.
Okay.
But I'm just going to try this out. Sometimes I can just, that
Okay.
knocks them
Wow.
off.
That's
Yeah.
so cool.
So those are like,
Okay.
it's,
Wow. That's-
yeah.
Now we know.
So that looks
now we
way,
know.
so this is a
Yeah.
so it's transparent. There's not much happening with this glass, so it's pretty easy to cut. Again, when it's bumpier or bubbled and all that kind of thing, it does not go that smoothly, generally.
Right.
So.
Wow.
was so
That's very cool.
Right?
No,
Right.
I want to hear more about your relationship,
Oh,
because
yeah.
I know you've worked together, so I want to know more about that.
All right.
Yeah.
Christine.
Get into it.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'd love to know about the film you two worked on, because I've heard that you worked on a film together. Is that right?
Yeah.
Is that how you met? Did you know each other before then? What's the story there?
Okay, we didn't know each other before then.
Okay.
When was this, Christine? 2012?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah, over 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Time flies.
And we got set up.
Mm-hmm.
Who set us up?
Sarah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sarah. Yeah.
So someone we both know named Sarah set us up, and
To meet about the film. But she felt that Attiya was looking for a producer.
Right.
I was interested in producing, and so a friend set us up on a sort of work blind date.
which is incredible.
Yeah.
So, Christine was like the first team member, and we met for dinner, and we ended up talking about the film. Like, I had the idea. I guess I had shot some stuff on my own, and actually my friend Jenny shot the first scene in the film. And I told Christine about it, and it just felt like so right, and she was immediately like very curious and interested and supportive of this film. It's a hard film, it's about domestic violence prevention. And it's a documentary, and I sit down with the person who had abused me when I was a teenager.
Wow.
So from 16 to 18.
Okay.
And so we sit down together on camera and discuss, the relationship, what happened. And I talk a lot about how it impacted me, and I was very curious how it impacted him. It's pretty intense talk, and the fact that Christine was so supportive immediately.
Yeah.
And really, like, after that dinner, we were just, like, it's like, we worked professionally, but I feel like we had a deep friendship the moment we met. That's how I feel.
Yeah, we connected really quickly. Like, I think Attiya came over a few days later with the footage she had shot with Jenny, and we watched hours of footage.
That's such a great, story. It sounds like the film you made was really important to make, too, and, a different way to look at it. Has your relationship, have you done any other partnerships, or just sort of supported each other's works along the way since then, or have any plans to do something?
We've tried. And then
just couldn't,
felt
funding.
So hard. It was really hard. And you know what? At the end of the day, when Attiya started sending me photos of flowers she was suddenly taking on her phone, it was just like, you know what? I think the days of documenting hard stories might be passing by.
Right.
Like, I think something's changing. And like, Attiya was just like, I'm taking pictures of flowers. Like,
what's happening?
That's fucking great. Like, do that. Enough with trying to do it all and trying to fix heavy problems. Like, go take pictures of flowers. Go use your hands. Go do your thing. It just sort of seemed like a change when the flowers started.
I think that's when it started. I couldn't, I still dabble in the domestic violence prevention field, but I'm slowly distancing myself more and more. And I have thoughts every now and then of going back to work in a shelter, because I did, I loved the work. I loved it. But it definitely took a toll on me.
It's interesting, you make a movie and you have an audience. You make a piece of art, you have an audience. It goes to places and it impacts people, and it's something you've brought to them, and it's something, so I think it's a continuation of how we tell our stories and how we express, and I love your expression right now. It's wonderful.
Really sweet, Christine. Now you're moving.
It is. Well, I'm like, wait a minute, it's all coming together for me. It's
oh goodness.
That's what good art does, right?
Yeah, that's what good art does.
Do you have any pieces from Attiya?
I bought one for a very close friend. I'm waiting. It's funny because I'm going through transition, and I actually, it's so funny. I keep waiting for the moment that I buy my piece because I want my piece, but I want it to be the right piece, and I've just landed in a new place, so I think I'm ready. Yeah. I've been waiting. I know.
You've been so patient, and I know that you're you've always been into the semicircles, and I think of you when I'm making these. Honestly,
I'm a semicircle. I'm a semicircle. Yeah, I'm a semicircle.
Well, on that note, just because you did just move in, I have a little something for you.
Oh my god!
Okay, it's obviously me.
This is so
Gentle.
Yeah.
No.
Like, come on.
Why are we filming this at your
I know, but like, we are.
This is from her fine line
Oh my
collection.
God.
That's right.
Okay.
So hopefully it's the
Really
perfect
now?
piece. So you're gonna
I mean-
oh yeah.
Oh, you.
This is how it has to be done. It's really, really hard to pack
Oh
stained
my
glass and make it pretty. It has to end up being in a, business envelope.
And I know this because I shipped one to a friend and I was texting everyone madly. Attiya, this is such a gift. I can't handle this.
Now, obviously, I have many of them, so
No.
you can exchange.
Oh, I
It just
love
has
it.
kind of the 80s colors that I think
love
of you.
it. I love it. We are 80s. We are 80s.
Tia.
You're welcome.
I
I love you.
honestly. Oh, I love you too. What a gift.
Mm.
It's such a gift.
So Christine just moved, not even 48 hours
Yeah,
ago into her
yeah.
new place. So there's.
And I have a lot of windows. So
Yay. It's your housewarming gift.
yes, it is, and it will
Awesome.
be up in my home tonight when Attiya comes for dinner. So thank you.
Oh, I'm glad you like it, sweetheart.
Attiya.
Thank you guys for
Taking my
this.
breath away.
Thank you for this really great conversation. And
Evangeline.
it sounds like you've had such a just great relationship all around, and you've seen each other grow and evolve. And
Yeah.
yeah, thank you for talking with us. This has
Thank
been
you.
beautiful. Yeah.
Thank you for coming and appreciating the art and supporting artists.
Yeah.
Christine, you're the best.
You are very talented.
We want to thank Attiya for welcoming us into her home and Christine for joining us. Be sure to check out Attiya's work at fineline.art, and we'll see you in the next episode.